fuck about what them bitches gotta say. I'm with a nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't give a love fuck about what them niggas gotta say. I'm with a nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't care about what they say. Ay. Fuck with my Akima, fuck with my sisters, then I got a problem, I'm never gon' miss you. I got 100 hanging out the AR, I got a 50 hanging out the pistol. He say it's corner, I'm just being realistic. I be on them corner posted with the realest. If it's the Sabbath, then we going fishing. I'm reeling them in, that's a God-given mission. I'm really on 10, but I'm stamped in the pistol. I get the order, be glad of this mission. Hebrew Academy graduate, nigga. Train through the baddest conditions. I don't fuck with nothing but the baddest of bitches. She righteous to be listening. Disrespect, I ain't having that shit. Tell her go make some business from scratch. She bitchin' a different breed of black man. We don't do the bad thing. I remember it's great, like forget about the bitches on rank. I told line up in rank. Body one win some break. I will never take up as a place. When alone shit that ain't no beat bitch that ain't no sweat. The Lord called a nigga out the world and called back. Oh Lord. And everything that they stole from us, fuck that shit, we want all that. Them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come under command and general, your honor, we unaffiliated with them. Like they tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. That's why we unaffiliated with them. I cannot fuck around with fake niggas. We taking ground when we in your city. You better have the women, have the liquor. Keep that bitch on me, please don't butt the system. Don't be a fool and be another victim. Say you a goon, you just another Christian. How you my brother, you ain't in here with me. We in the gutter, deep down in the trenches. We with them niggas locked up in the prison. Black and Hispanic, Native American, Indian. We ain't just talking shit, but we living in it. We be everywhere, you can't miss it. And we be precious hell, take a picture. And we professional with the scriptures. Play, we gon' script them, yeah, we some killers. These niggas tripping, they mind blown. Well, business, forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't get it pause when niggas say that they be looking for niggas to slide on. The slide that I know about is when I assemble the Glock with the slide on. Real, I get the order, you know that this Lord see me and my niggas gon' die. The bigger the better for kingdom of heaven. You niggas get wet up by me cause I'm fed up. I rep UPK. My niggas won't let up. Got choppers, got 9s, AKs, Berettas. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with me and my nigga like bitch or whatever. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with me and my nigga like. My nigga like them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come under command and general, your honor, we unaffiliated with them. Like they tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. They always ask us like, why y'all won't come together with such and such? I be like, we unaffiliated with them. Understand me like.
Yo, man. Busy, man. Busy, man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck. Step on their neck and their head with that shit.
Friday, I ain't show no mercy. We gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel. I got time to kill. Throw that ass and back. How I did it. Got it out the mud. They know how I feel. He feels how I show the ride, but he don't work the wheel how I work the wheel. They mad. I'm too solid. Circle tight, yeah. Vacuum seal. No, they want my life. I ain't effect. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they been chatting out the dust. Now team don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dog? Guns and butter, baby boy. UPK top dog. Certified road. I'ma turn that ink line boy. Bitch, got stash shit like that. They lock on them. You can't play. Gotta choose your colors. See the dead my blood. Showing them 70. Circle. Yeah, back and seal. Said they want my life. I ain't worried. I got Ray for real.
That, remove that. Let me see, am I on here? Yeah. All right, let me see what's going on here. Is it right? Is it right? I don't know. Let me check it. If y'all can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Not Bigo. YouTube, if y'all can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Make sure everything working right. If y'all can see me, put a 1 in the chat. I got rain for real. Let's say check the internet connection, huh? Let me see. Is it working? Is it working? Oh, they got a little circle up here. I don't like that little circle. Is it working? Is it working? I mean, it's there. All right, we're going to roll with it. Shalom Israel is the ISUPK, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana back in 1969, right? This is ISUPK Jacksonville. I'm Priest and Officer Kazak Damar. Coming to you live Monday night, 103rd Library. If you in Duval, stop by. You know what I'm saying? Doing what we do every Monday night, get it in. Telling Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans the truth about the Bible is that you are 12 tribes of Israel. The lost tribes, you are the Lord's chosen people. You are the one that Christ came for. In case you didn't know, all the people in the Bible look like you. Moses, they portray him as a white man. You've seen him on the 10 Commandments, portrayed as a white man. Well, Moses was what you would call a so-called Levite. Right now, what we call the so-called Haitians, right? Moses probably look like Kodak Black. Moses probably look like Haitian Fresh. Right? Probably look like the other nigga there in Atlanta, the Haitian. Future Haitian, ain't he? Probably look like them niggas, right? Yahweh Shah was a black man. Yahweh Shah probably looked like Halak. Yahweh Shah probably looked like you know what I'm saying, like Captain Ariat, something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true biblical Jews of antiquity, predominantly in North and South America and scattered throughout the four corners of the world. Your job is to come back and serve the Lord under the law, statutes, and commandments, come back to this truth, and allow the Most High to raise us up. All right. Allow the Most High to raise us up because he would like it. Oh, they got a little circle up here. Hold on. He would like it if he could place us on top as we were supposed to be from the beginning. Right. So we'll start with questions. If anybody got any questions, go ahead and put them on the chat. Pashai, you there? I can hear. I can see you. Are you up on the panel? Let me see.
Khan other one.
Hey, what's going on, Ark? Everything good?
Everything's good. Most High in Christ.
Most High in Christ. You got any questions?
No,
Hello?
not at the moment.
All right, no sweat. Trooper Allah got a question. What's your question?
Sir. In the book of Matthew, chapter 10, starting at verse 40, right? Well, I didn't want to start there. I want to start at verse 41, but I'll start at verse 40. With your wisdom and your
I'll cut that out.
I want to know, can I get a breakdown on this on verse 40 and 41? I'm glad you peeped, gang. I said it that way.
Matthew 10, 40 and 41. Anything in particular that's jamming you up?
Well, I went to reading it right this earlier, and it was talking about, he that loveth mother, father, they're not worthy of, to follow after Christ. But then it got down to verse 41 where it's saying, being received by a prophet. Now in the IHBK, we start by saying, well, I'm a priest and I'm a prophet of the IHBK. And then we have some that might claim to be a prophet, but they are false prophets, right? So now, before I could continue, I started to get jammed up with this when it's saying, he that receiveth a prophet's reward, he that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward.
So that's the part you wanted to know what it means in the name of a prophet.
Reward, and he that receiveth a righteous man. So I'm just trying to say, wouldn't a prophet be a righteous man? And wouldn't let's just say Commander Junior Hunter, wouldn't he be a prophet? And would not he is a prophet?
Yeah, all right. I'll break that down for you. Anybody else? Shalom, Officer Shabar. You got any questions?
I'm done. I'm just getting set up, sir. I'm not right now. Salaki.
All right. Anybody else got any questions? I see nobody on Bigo got any questions. Cool. We also going to talk about tonight is adultery. What is adultery? I made a statement that both a lot of people been into this Cardi B and Offset. I seen some brothers and sisters in school. Been into this Cardi B and Offset. Hey, you getting a feedback, Jabbar? I don't know what's going on. Anyways, about their divorce, and there was a rumor that Offset was fighting for some money and all of this other stuff, and people actually seem to care about it. So I made a statement that both Cardi B and Offset are adulterers. Now, if I just say that and leave that alone, you know what I'm saying? And people will be like, why are you saying that? What evidence do you have? Well, I will go into what adultery is and tie back into some of these celebrities that y'all love so much that keep y'all attention more than serving the Most High, so that you can tie it in with your walk into the truth. All right, so we'll do that a little bit later. But right now we'll get to the brother's question. Let's go to Matthew chapter 10, you say?
No, sir.
Matthew chapter 10. Hey, shalom, Clyde, what's going on up?
Shalom, Lord of Christ. I'm at the slave right now.
You slaving in Duval?
No, sir, in Orlando.
All right, no sweat. I was just asking. I remember you said you one time you were slaving in Duval. I just remember you said this. Hey, you got any
Yeah,
questions out?
no, sir. That was me and Officer Gabawah up there on the post together, doing Shamar.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
Yeah, I know. All right. All right, let me know if you got any questions. Just let me know, all right? Right now,
Yes,
we're going
sir.
to Matthew chapter 10. What verse? You said 40, but you want to start a little bit earlier?
I want 41 and 42, but I would say we could start at 40 at 40.
Damn, Trooper Armand Bayat say he checking in from Quebec. Good night. Damn. What the hell is you doing over there? Man, get your ass home. What? Brother say he checking in from Quebec. And of course, you got young man Sheldon checking in from Cape Town, South Africa. Give young man Sheldon a hand, checking in the midst in a world full of Hamites. Yeah, it's about like 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning over there in Cape Town, South Africa. Young man Sheldon shows up for class, just like his Ottawa over there did before they got that slavery. Officer Yeshaya over there, them brothers are gonna start to try to build over there. Whatever you do not eat a nigga sandwich. What's going on, Sheldon? You got any questions out?
Another one.
All right, Most High Christ. All right, so Halak, Trooper Halak, the only brother reading the Bible who had a question. Everybody else understand the Bible. I'm gonna let y'all teach the class. All right. Matthew chapter 10. The brother's question was, what does it mean to receive a prophet in the prophet's name? Who is the prophet? The righteous man. Is that the same thing? He just want a general breakdown on this scripture. So let's start at 37.
Come. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 37. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me.
Go to 35. Go to 34.
Come. The book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I come to send peace on earth.
Mm-hmm.
I came not to send peace, but a sword.
So this is Christ is written in red letters. Christ is saying, think not that I came to send peace on earth. And a lot of people believe that Christ is all about doves and fairy tales and butterflies and rainbows and all of that. But Christ was a austere man according to the scriptures. I mean, he was hardcore. Say he had a fire, he had eyes like a flame of fire. Christ said he didn't come to send peace. Well, what did he come for? If you know anything about Christ, Christ was given the judgment from the Most High, according to the ways of the Most High. So what does that mean? That means if you're doing good in this earth, you will be rewarded. If you're doing terrible, you'll be rewarded. Christ is the judge. He is the one that says you're doing righteous things or you're doing something wicked. He was given that authority by the Father. That does not make him the Father, but he is a representation of the Father. Now, this goes back to what you was talking about earlier. If General Yohana sends you, well, who sent General Yohana? Well, who sent Christ? Well, who sent Paul? Well, who sent? You get what I'm saying now? So this thing goes into agency. Now, what Christ is saying is, think not that I am come to send peace. I did not come to send peace, but a sword. What does that mean? Well, you know, when you see a sword, we basically seeing somebody going, something happening, some type of destruction, some type of, Christ is saying that he is coming with that type of behavior. That's what he coming to bring to where you gonna see, like when he was talking about the end, nation rising up against nation and different things like that. Christ to a Christian in a mind of somebody who doesn't read the Bible, you only think he's bringing good things. He's telling you right here in Matthew chapter 10, verse 34, think not that I've come to send peace, but a sword. He's telling you, I am coming. And yeah, if you're doing good, you should expect good when you get judged. If you came to court and you know you innocent and you've done nothing but good, right? Then that's what you should expect. But if you came to court and you guilty, you should expect the judgment of something bad happening to you or something negative happening to you. And Christ is going to do that. You got the goats on one side, you got the lambs on the other side. This is all in the Bible. Y'all understand what I'm saying. Right, go to verse 35.
Come. Think not, O Salakia, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foe shall be they of his own house.
Now, this is a little bit weird or strange for some people. Why in the world would Christ come to set a person at odds against their father or their daughter or their mother or their mother-in-law? What is the point in him saying that? Right? What you have to understand is Christ's mama wasn't in the truth. His daddy wasn't in the truth, right? But they was his mama and daddy nonetheless. The Bible says honor your mother and father, right? But you got to understand relativity. What does that mean? All right. You know how I said no man can serve two masters because they're going to hold the one and then they're going to feel some type of way about the other one. They're going to have to reject the other one. So if I tell my child to do something and their teacher tell them to do something, who they listen to is who they understand as the person that has control, right? And what he's saying is your family should not control you. You should be controlled by the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. You should be controlled by the things that Christ, who is the King, says, right? Your family should not control you. You know how people say, oh, well, I found out that Christmas was the winter solstice. It was when they celebrated, what's the name of that damn holiday? I can't think of it. I get it. But hey, shalom, Nathan, West Palm. So they got a holiday that they really be it's a pagan holiday, but they dress it up like it's Christianity or like it's serving Christ, right? So let's just say you find out that this is a pagan holiday. This ain't about Christ's birthday. Hey, what is the name of that? It starts with an N. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Saturnalia. Start with an S. Saturnalia. I don't know if y'all know about Saturnalia, but that's what they really celebrate. No, Saturnalia. You can look it up. Can somebody look up Google Saturnalia and tell me what that is to make sure I'm saying it right? Saturnalia, like Saturnalia, right? That's what they really celebrate. They're not celebrating the birth of Christ like they telling you. So let's just say you find that out, right? A lot of people, they'll come in contact with Saturnalia, the winter solstice, the birth date of somebody got it?
Go.
The birth of Nimrod, And how they used to say Nimrod was in the tree, and you would have to bring Nimrod gifts and put it at his feet, which is under the tree. And if you didn't bring this thing, that's why in Jeremiah chapter 10, it is basically telling you that these people will take a tree out the woods and set it up, but they gotta prop it up. It's basically telling you that this tree cannot do good or bad, but yet they give it and they bringing it gifts and they setting it at his feet, just like all idols. Just like all idols. The little Buddha, Jeremiah was talking about the little cat in the Chinese restaurant that do like this right here. Y'all see the cat? That cat is supposed to bring the restaurant luck. Know what I'm saying? But this thing has no power at all. So who got Saturnalia? You got it?
Salaki, come, I got it, sir.
Somebody said they had it. Go ahead, Trooper Kamal.
Come. It says Saturnalia is an ancient Roman festival and holiday in honor of the god Saturn.
Is that my phone
on,
or is he breaking up, y'all? Is that me or him breaking up?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
one
you
the
breaking
whole
up a little bit. I can
seems
hear like
choppy.
every other one. You said what? Could y'all hear him clearly?
Será que é a sua Bíblia?
Yeah.
La other one.
Yeah. I can hear you.
I have it.
All right, Sheldon, you saying the whole screen, the whole stream is choppy for you?
Can I read it? Será que é a sua?
Another one, gone.
Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to make sure we clear before we move forward, Masha. Pashai, can you say the salute for me?
Salakia, repeat yourself, sir. You broke up a minute.
Can you say the salute for me?
The salute. Shalom, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shabbat Rakatah.
I hear him clearly. Kamar, can you say the salute?
Salaki, can you hear me, sir?
Loud and clear. Can you say the salute for me?
Shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shabrakatah.
All right, cool. Go ahead and read what Saturnalia is.
Khan. It says Saturnalia is an ancient Roman festival and holiday in honor of the god Saturn, held on the 17th of December.
In honor of what?
In honor of the god Saturn.
Did y'all know Saturn was a god? Did y'all know? Hold on. Better yet, did y'all know all the planets was named after idols?
Come on.
Neptune,
Khan other one.
Mars, Jupiter. Did y'all know that?
Come on.
Sir.
Did y'all know Saturday was named after Saturn? Monday was named after a god. The days of the week. January was named after Janus. Did y'all know that? Everything that you do and everything around you is about an idol or a god that is not the God of Israel. Right? This is my point. People find out that what they've been doing and what they believe in is fake. For instance, for instance, when they find out that Christmas ain't what they said it was, but then they'll say, well, we know Christmas ain't really about Jesus like that, but we just do it for the kids, right? Well, you know, brothers are like, oh, I ain't in the world no more, but I want to make sure and get my wife something for Valentine's Day, right? And it's about the goddess of love or something like that. We know Easter ain't about the resurrection, but we still do it for the kids. We taking the kids Easter egg hunting. This is what it's talking about. The things in the world that you will continue to do for your family, knowing that God is against it. God said, I hate your feast days. I hate your days that you put together like you honoring and giving thanks to me. I hate your Sabbaths like you act like you resting on my behalf. That's not what's really going on. I will not be in the midst of them. So when your family come together and pretend like they thanking God on Thanksgiving, God is not going to be there. He's not going to be listening. And what people will do is say, I know that God is against this, celebrating the death of his people, his chosen people, the Native American Indians. However, I ain't seen my auntie Shirley in a long time, and she gonna be over there. So I'm gonna pull up and go to this feast that's dedicated to an idol just so I can appease my family. You with me a lot? I say, you with me? All right, so when he started talking about, you know, a mother, I mean, a man being against his father or against his mother, he's talking about them wanting to continue to do the things that are unlawful, that are against God, and you choosing to serve God over choosing to serve your mama or your daddy, over choosing to serve your wife, over choosing to go with your brother. Your brother might say, hey, let's go do this and that and the other things that's unlawful. Your job is to choose the Most High over that, is to choose obedience over that. So when he's saying, I am come to set man at variance of these, it's because they're not keeping the law. A man's foes will become them of his own household. I don't know if y'all then came in there, but it'd be the people that was right there that you expect to do good, the ones you love, that's going to be against you when you decide to come into the truth. They got a problem with you. Now, all while you was selling dope and you was running around and doing whatever you was doing in the world, they said they had a problem with it. As soon as you come into the truth and stop all that, they got even more of a problem with you serving the God of the Bible, because you don't eat pork no more. You done ate pork all your life. Oh, you don't smoke no more. You've been smoking all your life. Oh, you don't do that. These are your people that's in your household that Christ is talking about. Go ahead to verse 37.
Come. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me.
He that loveth your father or mother or more than me is not worthy of me. Keep going.
Come. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
So now what Christ is saying that is, if you love these people more than you love the king, that the Lord is God's anointed. This is how Israelites looked at the king. It's God's anointed, right? We do what the king say. What the king say? He said, go left, we going left. He said, go right, we going right. He say, stop, we stop it. He say, fight, we fight. He say, hold your peace, you hold your peace. You serve God by serving a man of God. Christ was that man. He was the word of God in the flesh. He on the scene. He's saying, hey, listen, I ain't gonna tell you nothing but what the Most High said. Now, if you love your mama and all that more than what I'm saying, then go do that, right? Man came to him and say, yo, I'm trying to follow you. My daddy just died. He said, listen, let the dead bury the dead. You got work to do. You got work to do. You got things that's going to be more important than your family right now because you are now responsible for the entire nation. Remember when Christ's mama and his daddy was looking for him, he was like, I must be about my father's business. I got something to do. I ain't going to be able to be there for Mother's Day. I got something to do. I ain't going to be able to be there for a lot of stuff that my family has going on because I am doing the work of the Lord. He that love mother or father more than me is not worthy of me, right? He that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. Verse 38.
And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me.
And he that taketh not his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. What does that mean? Anybody know what that means? What does it mean to take up your cross? I'll give you a hint while I'm waiting on somebody to raise their hand or say Salaki or jump in or give the answer.
Salakia.
Right?
Salakia,
The
sir.
cross was by the way that they took Christ's life. Go ahead.
By not taking on the sin of the world.
Who was that said Salakia?
Not
taking
Shabar.
Salakia, sir.
Who was that said? That was Shabar?
Come, sir. So, yeah.
Go ahead. What you had?
When it says take up your own cross, I will reference back to every man seeking his own salvation. So basically, the same way Christ was persecuted, you're basically willing to take that on, to be willing to be hated by the world for following Yahushua. Everything that comes with it.
Yes, but what Halak said, it go along with it as well. What Halak was saying is basically like leaving the things in the world, right? That's basically what he was talking about. Taking up your cross is you gotta be willing to kill that old man that you was to be born again. You gotta be willing to let go of those things that you love in this life in order for you to attach yourself to things that God wants you to have. So when he's talking about that, it's just like what you just said, Shabar. You have is taking up your taking up your cross is being willing to do the same exact thing that God did. If you go to 1 John chapter 2, it says, he that said that he is of him must walk as he walked. Christ said, no greater love than a man be willing to give his life for his friend and his family. So these same people that you have to basically deny in order to love the Most High, those are the ones that you have to be willing to die for as well. Why you think as Christ was dying, the same people that wanted him dead, he was asking the Lord to forgive them. Now that's crazy right there. That's crazy. They want you dead, and he's saying, Lord, they don't know no better. Yo, listen, you could lose your life by saying you're not willing to eat pork. Y'all know that, right? That's in the Bible. I think it's the Greeks. The Greeks was they called, and whoever would not conform to what they had going on, you died. Right? Sir. You could not keep no feast day. You couldn't get circumcised. Who the hell is you like everybody else?
Right.
Who do you think you are? You think you better than us? Why don't you do what everybody else doing and celebrate Halloween? You're going to be the outcast. You're going to look weird. Everybody else eats pork. Why don't you? What's wrong with you? You don't smoke no weed or nothing? What's wrong with you? There go some hoes right there. Why aren't you interested? This is your life. That old man has to die. You pick up your cross. in order for you to be raised up, right? Though he who does not take up his cross and follow me, meaning do what I did. Do what I did. I spoke the words of God in the face of those that was in charge. When we go out to camp, we telling the white man he is the devil to his face. Not because he a white man. We calling out the crimes he did. You remember you fed the black babies to alligators. You remember when you hung us from trees. You remember when you tied us to horses and told the horses to run 2 different ways. Do you remember when you fed us everything our God said that we shouldn't have? Do you remember blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? Well, you know what? People get mad at us for telling these people what they did. Now think about that for a minute. All you did is point out what the oppressor did, and they mad at you, like you did it to them. You could lose your life for doing that. Y'all, everybody understand, right?
Come
Con.
All right. So he that taketh not his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. Go ahead and read 39.
The book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 39. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loses his life for my sake shall find it.
So this is talking about you in this life that you live in. A lot of people have become successful in America, right? They got a good job. They doing good. They got the house, the picket fence. They got the wife, the 2 kids. They got the Tesla. They doing good, right? You found your life. But what you are concerned about is serving the God, the creator of heaven and earth, because you serve this life that you are living. I have to stay politically correct. I have to serve this oppressor in order for me to keep those things. Now remember, the Pharisees and the chief priest at the time of Christ was concerned with keeping their place among the Romans. That's what they was worried about. They was like, yo, if we don't do something about this cat, people gonna follow him and we'll lose our seat with the Romans. That's what they were saying, right? So that's what it was. They wasn't concerned about whether or not they following the Lord and the law, statutes, and commandments that's in the Bible. Christ was. That's why he was saying, hey, y'all hypocrites, because y'all teaching the law. Y'all teaching people to do this, but y'all ain't doing it yourself. Whoever shall find his life, you're going to lose that. Everything that you seek out to gain in this world that has nothing to do with the Lord, you're going to lose it. And he that is willing to lose his life for my sake, right? Now, this is twofold. One is literal. Take it literally first, right? If you're willing to die about serving God, like no matter what comes your way, you will give your life about it. Now, that is a big deal. And that is why the Lord raised up Christ. Y'all know that, right? Y'all know that's why the Lord raised up Christ. Anybody know that online? Nobody know that?
Okay.
No, I got you, Halak. All right, well, what's the precept then, since y'all know that? I'll wait. God raised up Christ because he was willing to give his life, because he was obedient. Because, yep.
When he said, if thy cup be full, let this pass from me, but if not, then let thy will be done.
That's a good precept for this. What he said was where he said, when Christ was asking the Lord to let this cup pass from me, and then said, not my will, but yours. What I'm specifically talking about is when it says in the Bible that that's the reason that God raised Christ up. It's because he was willing to die. It's because he was obedient. Throw that word out there. That might help you get the precept. Anybody got the precept? Pashai, I know you know.
Salaki, repeat that again, sir.
No. If I was on Beagle, I do my little crow noise, my little bird noise.
Salakia.
Anybody know? Nah, that ain't it. Kamar, you got it?
Salakia, would it be in Acts chapter 5? Acts chapter 5, verse 30.
What it say in Acts 5? The God of our fathers raised up Jesus, who you slew and hanged from a tree. Him have God exalted to be. That's what you talking about?
Gone.
That's like kind of like what Trooper Halak just did. That's a good one too. It's saying that God raised up Christ. Y'all got that one. His was saying that Christ was willing to give his life. So he got the other one. But there's a verse. I'll go ahead and give it to y'all for the sake of time. Somebody give me Philippians chapter 2.
Oh, okay.
No, it's too late. I gave the answer. No, go ahead, Sheldon.
The one I was going to go for John chapter 3 and verse 14.
John 3 and 14.
Another one, gone. And as Moses lifted up the serpent.
John 3 and 14.
Another one, gone.
As Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so lifted up. This is talking about Christ being lifted up. Whosoever believeth in him. Not quite. Give me the Philippians chapter 2. Let me show y'all what I mean. So this is what I want y'all to develop. So like when you're having a conversation, you got to make sure it say exactly what you're saying, especially when you're teaching. Because like some of the stuff that's in the Bible is allegory. So like every time we have to break down how Eve wasn't a literal rib to somebody, they like, nah, it say right there, rib. It say right there, took the rib from man. So now you giving a breakdown because they don't understand that it's an allegory and it's not literal, right? But some things are literal. But the best thing you can do, especially when you got somebody that you're trying to break free from the lies that they learned all their life, is show them direct, verbatim, word for word, what you actually saying. I just said, where Halak read in Matthew 10, if a man don't take up his cross and follow me, he's not worthy to be my disciple. This is written in red. Yahweh Shah said this, right? And I said, well, what that means is for you to be willing to give your life. Now that's once. Be willing to give your life just like Christ did. The precept would be no greater love than a man to give his life for his friends, right? The other thing I said, but this is the reason that God raised up Christ, because he was willing to give his life, right? Give me verse 5. Clyde, can you read? Oh, you say you had the slave. You can. Yeah, hold on. Let me see if somebody online can read it. I want you to stay at Matthew chapter 10, but you can follow along here because I'm gonna go right back there.
So like the other one, Philippians, which chapter?
Philippians chapter 2, verse 5. I want Trooper Mashah.
This is Cardi and
Fort
Concert.
Myers,
This is the book of Philippians.
Florida.
This is the book of Philippians, chapter 2, verse 5. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Jesus Christ, and Christ Jesus, Salakia. Verse 6, who being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God.
I'm gonna have to read this
Verse
over
7,
because he breaking up on my end.
verse,
Can y'all hear him clearly though?
Khan.
Akim, can y'all hear him clearly?
Con.
Loud away.
All right, all right. Everybody say they can't except Kamar. I don't know. He got an iPhone, so maybe he can. Maybe they both on iPhones or something. Shabar, can you read it for me out?
Khan. I can hear him, but I can read it too. Philippians chapter 2 and verse 5. Let this mind be in you, which also in
Yeah,
Christ
I can hear
Jesus,
you a lot clearer.
who being in the form of God, thought it
Let
not
this
robbery.
mind
Who being in
let
the
this
form of
mind be in you, which was also, you can hear him, but you can't hear me.
I can hear you, Khan.
Good night. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear
Khan, I
me?
can hear
Cardi
you.
and Concert.
Yeah, done.
We can do it.
Khan.
All right, cool. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus. That means this is how you should think. This mind that Christ had, it should also be in you. These thoughts that Christ had, you should think like this. Let this mind be in you, which was God. Thought it not robbery to be equal with God. Now, in the New Testament, it does not specify what God, but in a Hebrew thought, that word would be Elohim. But they say Elohim in modern Hebrew. So he thought it not robbery to be equal with power when he was in the form of power. What does that mean? Let me tell you something. When you start to serve the Most High will give you power and authority and might. Now, if you take it to your head, remember what happened to Pharaoh? Pharaoh had power and authority and might in the earth. Who gave Pharaoh that might? Anybody know? Who gave Pharaoh that power in the earth? Go ahead.
Yahweh.
The Most High gave Pharaoh that power. Now, why did the Most High give Pharaoh that power? It says in Romans chapter 9, for this very reason have I raised up Pharaoh. He raised him up just so he could destroy him and show his might in the earth. That's what Pharaoh was raised up for. So the Lord can show you that I gave this man power, but I am more powerful than the power that I gave him. That was the whole point. For this reason, I raised up Pharaoh that I might show my might in the earth. All right? So Christ walking on water, healing the sick, raising the dead. His enemies do not have power and authority over him. If he don't turn himself in, if he don't allow himself to go through this for the sins, right? If he don't do it, if him and Peter fight, he said, I can have a legion of angels come down here and fight with me. But he knew that's what the Lord wanted, so he yielded. So being in the form of power, meaning like I got power, I got authority, I got might. He thought it not robbery to be equal with God. I am a God in the earth. God made me a God. You know, in Hebrews, it says that God said to the Son, thy throne, O God, shall endure. Remember in Psalms 89, where he told David, I will make him above all the kings of the earth. He will say, you are my son. I mean, you are my father. And I will say, you are my son. He talked about raising Moses up to be a God on Pharaoh. He said that Moses would be into the people instead of a God. This is saying you got the power because the Most High gave it to you, but don't let it go to your head. He had it, being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God. Verse 7 is the key. Go ahead. Shabar, that was Shabar reading, right?
Another one gone.
What happened to that boy? Shabar, you there? All right, somebody pick it up. Hold on, let me read.
Salaki other one.
Y'all hear?
Con. Oh, you talking about Shabar Salaki?
This is the book of Philippians.
Yeah. Can y'all hear him? Is he reading? All right, can somebody pick it up from where he at? Verse 7.
Verse 7.
Philippians 2 and 7.
This is the book of Philippians, chapter 2 and verse 7. But made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men.
So even though he had the power from God, he thought it not robbery to be looked at as a God, a man of authority, a power, Adawan, what they call it, a man of rulership, a king. He thought it not robbery to be equal with God, made himself of no reputation. He didn't try to take credit for anything, but took upon him the form of a servant and was made in the likeness of men. Now, this is verse 8. Keep going.
Another one gone. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross.
He humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. And being fashioned as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. Read verse 9.
Another one gone. Verse 9. Wherefore Yahweh also hath highly exalted him, and given him a name.
That word wherefore means so. The word wherefore, where it says wherefore God have highly exalted him. So this is the reason why God has highly exalted him, because of what it says in verse 8. He humbled himself and became obedient even unto death. Now this is right where we was at, Matthew chapter 10, right?
Another one gone.
If a man don't take his cross up and follow me, he is not worthy to be my disciple. You got to do the same thing, Akim. You got to do the same thing. You want to be raised up, right? Christ said it like this: he who exalts himself. So as you walk in this truth, the Lord might give you a stature. He might give you some rank. He might give you some ribs, kids, a household. You might have some type of power and authority and might in this kingdom. You might, right? And if the Lord gives you that power and that authority and that might in this kingdom, it can't go to your head to where you think you God now. Where you think it's you. It can be snatched out. Your rank, your authority, your might, your kids, your rib, everything that you rule over can be taken away from you because you ain't give it to yourself. This is what he's talking about with Christ. While Christ is in the midst of Roman captivity, talking cold cash trash to the Pharisees and the scribes, the ones who the Romans put in authority over the Israelites. He on the run. He got warrants. Yes, Jesus Christ had warrants, nigga. What are you talking about? What do you think? Judas was Crime Stoppers. Judas called Crime Stoppers and got 30 shekels of silver for turning Christ in. This is what was happening. All right. So now, it says, and being he was obedient to the cross, wherefore God have highly exalted him and given him a name which is above every name. So because he was willing to die on the cross, because he was willing to be obedient even unto death, God raised him up and gave him a name above every name. That name means reputation. Look at it like that. Don't look at it like what he's called. Real reputation is who you are. You know how he always say, I'm the God that brought you out of Egypt. I'm the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm the God that destroyed Egypt with a mighty hand. I'm the God that killed the firstborn of the Egyptians. I'm the God that killed the Assyrians. I'm the God that brought, okay, that's his reputation. I'm the God that'll bless you if you obey me. I'm the God that will bring hell upon you if you disobey. That's his reputation. What is your reputation? Who are you? Your name can be whatever the hell you want it to be, but you are what you do. I start talking about, I'll give you an example. My brother Thawashab, the camp leader over Orlando. For his reputation, as far as I'm concerned, is this brother is the most brotherly brother I ever met in my life. That's his name. So when I hear Thawashab, I hear brotherly. You know what I'm saying? I hear what he does. It's some people, your reputation is not that. You should fix it. You should reinvent yourself. You should become something else that you're not. Because your reputation is who you are, especially in the truth. Are you a tyrant? Are you a sinner with damn fringes on? What are you? Who are you? Akil, right? So since Christ was obedient even unto death, God have given him a reputation above everybody's reputation. Verse 10, I'm just reading it for the sake of time so we can get back. That at the name of Yahweh Shai, every knee should bow of the things in the heaven and under, and the things in the earth and the things under the earth. Hopefully y'all understand. That's what I was talking about. Let's back to Matthew chapter 10, right? Somebody gonna have to pick it up because a lot had to go to the restroom. Somebody had to pick it up. What he was reading. It said, he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. He that loveth daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loses his life for my sake shall find it. Right? That means you are willing to give up the things that you love so much about this world in order to follow our King Yahweh Shai, who was following the Christ. Right? Somebody pick it up from verse 41 for me, for the brother.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Say verse 41, sir.
Khan.
Khan. Matthew 10 and 41. It says, he that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. And he
All right,
that
so that was his
receives,
question right there. He that receiveth a man that is speaking the words of God, right? In the name of that prophet, you shall receive a prophet's reward. He that receiveth a prophet in the name of that prophet, you shall receive a prophet's reward. Everybody wasn't called to speak the words of the Most High. Some people was called to listen to the words of the Most High. Say that again, because this the brother question. He that receiveth a prophet for the reputation of that prophet,
Trinity,
you will receive a prophet's
you push those
reward.
posts in the dryer?
Everybody wasn't called.
Yeah.
Yo, Shabar, you off mute out.
Salakia.
You heard me? You was talking to us, Shabar?
Salakia, it was on mute. Now it's back off. Salakia.
All right, no sweat. All right, but you wasn't talking to us though, right?
Live, sir.
All right, I think you shutting down the camera and not the mic. Just pay attention. He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet. Remember that name and reputation goes hand in hand. So he that receiveth the words of God from a man with a good reputation will receive the rewards of that man. So let's say I come to y'all and I say, hey, the Lord said, keep the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Well, I don't want to use myself because y'all might think I'm saying, I don't know, a man of good reputation. I don't know that to be true or not be true. Let's say Shabar. Let me use Shabar. Yeah, let's say Shabar comes and says to y'all, Shabar comes and say to y'all, hey, keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And Shabar is a man with a good reputation. And y'all listen to what he says. He says, hey, everybody is to meet in Jacksonville on the 31st. The Lord wants us all to come together. And you like, I don't know, right? I don't know. The Lord ain't told me that, but he's telling you through a nigga. Y'all hear me say this all the time. The Lord speaks through men and through angels. So if you ain't hearing directly from an angel, you would have to listen to a man who's hearing from an angel. That's how this works, right? So if a prophet comes and tells you the words of God and you receive the words of God, even though you're not the prophet, you're not the man that's giving the words of God to the people. You're not the one that's putting in the work. You don't gotta be. All you have to do is receive the prophet's words because they're coming from the Most High, and you can also receive the reward that comes along with being the man who does the work of the Lord. Everybody understand or no? Is anybody confused?
it's like I'm understanding.
Everybody understand?
Khan.
Right? Commanding General Yohana comes to us and says, do this. You don't have to be commanding General Yohana. You don't have to be commanding General Yohana. If he sends a brother, let's say he sends a captain to come talk to you and tell you something, that's the words of God. That prophet comes to you and tell you, you don't have to be that prophet to receive that prophet's reward. All you have to do is be obedient to that prophet. You will receive a prophet's reward. Go ahead and read the second part, Kamal. Kamar, are you there?
Gone, sir. And he
Go ahead,
that
read the
receiveth,
second part.
gone. And he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward.
It's the same way. It's the same way. If you're receptive of some type of brotherhood that somebody is trying to give you, you will get a reward of you being the brother. If you respect what a brother does that's good, respect the words of a brother that's giving you the words of the Most High, you can be rewarded by receiving it. I mean, a prophet ain't coming to tell you nothing that the Lord is saying unless he's trying to save you from something or giving you glad tidings from the Lord, right? Even if he's telling you that God is going to destroy, even if he's telling you that, right? He's telling you that as a warning. So it's still trying to give you a heads up that you should prepare for something. Now, if you receive that, you'll be prepared. A righteous man come and do something for you, you accept it as things that God is doing for you, then that's the reward that you would get. Even though you're not the one giving, you're not the one doing something for somebody. That's what that means, all right? It's one more verse. I'll read it real quick. And whosoever shall give to drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water, only in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward. So he's saying no matter how small this thing is that you're willing to do, if you're doing it in the name of the people of God and you're doing it in the name of the Most High and our King Yahushua, you will receive your reward. So that's the breakdown of that. I know you missed some of it, brother. You could be able to go back. This should be up and get it. Somebody give me 1 Corinthians. Let me see. 1 Corinthians. Hold on. Pashai, you there? First Corinthians 12. Let's go there real quick, and then I'll get to the little the adultery situation. I hope I have time for it because that's a whole class within itself. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, and let me read it because I got a delay. I'm going to just go ahead and read it. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 1. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. You know that you were Gentiles carried away unto these dumb idols, even as you were led. Wherefore I give you to understand that no man speaking by the Spirit of God calleth Jesus accursed, and that no man can say that Yahushua is the Lord, but by the Holy Spirit. Now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit. This is the key to what he's talking about, Pashai. Now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit. And there are differences in administration, but the same Lord. There are brothers that are good. Remember the other day, a brother asked General Mahyman about spiritual things. And General Mahyman says, that's not my category. I am not knowledgeable as spiritual things because I don't look at the world like that. I was not given that gift, right? He started breaking down how he never had dreams, but the Lord gave him the gift to be able to decipher dreams for other brothers. How he don't look at things spiritual. He just is obedient and follows whatever a spiritual man like Commanding General Yohana would tell him, right? So some brothers have this gift. Some brothers have that gift. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers can do music. Some brothers can play basketball. Some brothers are good with women. Whatever the case may be, right? When you come into the truth, whatever your gift is might not be my gift. I always break it down like this. I think Pashai was telling you this. Me and Thawashab, the camp leader of Orlando, have the same rank. We both officers of 5,000, right? Thawashab is probably, now this is my opinion. Y'all don't feel no type of way about this. Thawashab is the best camp speaker we have in Florida, as far as I'm concerned, right? All right. And then, like, as far as teaching, I was just talking about a brother in Orlando, Canuck, how Canuck's teaching has gotten way better, and Canuck is fire in the way he's teaching now, right? Or some brothers might say, like brother told me that he watched my videos of the way I teach, right? I'll say I watch, like I was telling Captain Soccer War, I was watching his videos and modeling his teaching style. Well, Captain Mashak is known for street speaking. This is his thing. He would do it. He got a gift for doing that. General Muhammad is deciphering dreams and giving people counsel and marriage counsel. That's his thing. That's not my thing, right? There's different administrations, but we all have one Lord, meaning one King, which is Yahushua. And there's one administration. The Lord is putting us where we supposed to be. You with me, Pashai? Damn, ain't nobody who questioned I'm answering. Pashai, you there? Good night.
Salaki.
All right.
Salaki Adam. I think he was at the. I think he just put his question in the chat. I think he said something earlier. He wasn't available to speak.
All right. Well, they're gonna. There you go, right there. I can see him, but I can't hear him. You there? Hold on. Let me see if he down. Oh, you had dropped down or something. You there?
Come out of one, come.
All right, Most High Christ. I got you.
Most High
You
Christ.
with me though?
Come out of one.
All right. Let's keep going. Verse 6. And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same God which worketh all in all. So now I get why you asked the question. You're saying that a brother in another camp said that diversities of operations means there are different camps, right?
Come. But I disagree.
Okay. Let me tell you how he was right, and let me tell you how he was wrong. He was right with what he said, right? And I'm going to tell you why he was right. Because different camps give people an opportunity to see who the Lord is with. If there was nothing to compare us to, we would be like the church, that everybody thinks is great and everybody thinks is wonderful, right? Because they have nothing else besides the church that would represent God. Now, when you have Israelites, or you have Islam, or you have whatever different religions, these are all things that are in the earth to show you these people worship Baal and they sacrifice their children. These people do all types of manner of fornication, which is unlawful sex with each other. They have sex with their mamas and their daughters and all of this. And it can show you the difference between those things which are wholesome and good and those things which are evil and terrible. He's right about that. Remember when Christ saw them other men out, that there was another camp, and the disciples was about to fall on them, or they was about to run up on them, and he said, "Nah, leave them boys alone and let them do their thing, because if it is not of God, it won't amount to anything." Remember that?
Gone. It would be exposed.
He didn't say stop them. What he said was, let them do their thing, and it won't. Now, here's where the brother is wrong. Different operations and different camps is all of God, meaning like there's an of God, like the Lord is tearing your ass up and you doing something that you ain't got no business doing. And there's an of God, like the Lord have called you to be separate from everybody else. There is a scripture that says there is one God, one faith,
One faith,
one baptism,
one baptism.
right? You familiar with that, right?
God.
All right. You do know that there was people during the time of Paul that was teaching a different Christ than what Paul was teaching. You know that, right?
God.
Okay, there was people that during the time of Christ, you know how many different sects they had, from the Sadducees to the who didn't agree with the Pharisees, who didn't agree with the Essenes, who didn't agree with the man, I don't even want to say Sakari no more. The Sakari was back in them days, but when you say Sakari now, you automatically think of the gay ass Sakari from this. Nah, but there was a Sakari that used to run up on you and jug you. They'll stick you if you didn't serve God. That's it. They wasn't with Christ. You understand, right? They was a part of the operations of God and the diversities of operations, but they were not the ones that God called like the Christ and his disciples. Remember, there is one body, one faith, one baptism. Christ said, if you go any other way but through me, it ain't no other way but to come to the Father but through me. So guess what? The Pharisees was wrong. The Sadducees was wrong. The Essenes was wrong. The Ebionites was wrong. John and his disciples, the disciples that they saw, they might have been a part of the operations that God had out there, but he also had the truth. He also had the truth. The truth was out there too. Christ was out there. The disciples of Christ was out there too. And none of them people who had their own thing going on was following Christ. They ass wasn't in the truth out. You with me? Yeah, they had a part of. Remember, God said, I create good and I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Satan was created by God to prove who was going to follow God or who was going to follow their own lustful desires and their own heart. You understand what I'm saying? Everything, all things work to good of those who believe in God. I'm terribly paraphrasing these scriptures. Everything is moving along, like the white man being on top is authorized by God. His fall will be authorized by God as well. Remember I said he raised up Pharaoh. Pharaoh brought hardship onto them, but it was just so that the children of Israel can go through that hardship, see the might, and then watch the destruction of Pharaoh right before their eyes. Just like we will watch the destruction of America right before our eyes. We will watch people be great, and they'll make a lot of money, and they'll have a lot of people, and they'll have their camps, and then we'll watch them fall right before your eyes. Just imagine where IUIC would be if it wasn't for the Joyce Morgan thing, if it wasn't for the tranny thing, if it wasn't for all of the things that they had against them. If we wasn't out there telling them that this man put false charges on people, then everybody would walk, because it's an Israelite group that acts and functions like a church. God set it up, and God will destroy it. Christ said, leave them alone. Leave them other camps alone. Let them do what they're doing, because if it is not of God, then it will come to naught. You with me, Pashah?
God not the one. Most High in Christ.
This is not talking about different camps. This is talking about within the body. The diversities of operations is I operate and I run Florida for the ISUPK and the truth under commanding General Yohana, who follows Christ, is a leader and is an operation, right? I have my job in this truth, and you'll have your job in this truth. And my job ain't no more important than your job. I might have more rank, I might have a different rule, but your job is just as important as my job. You understand? He's talking about gifts. The brother that can disciple dream, and the brother that can go out. It's some brothers that's crazy with the social media, right? Crazy with the social media. I ain't there. But brothers can't do what I do on the social media that I'm good at. They can't do what I do. And it's not their job to do what I do. It's their job to do what they do. You with me? You got brothers like Ra'im and Shabar. And what's the brother name in the UK? Shabar?
Shamgar.
Brothers can bench goddamn 1,000 pounds. I can't do that. They the muscle in this mug. That's their operation. We got older brothers who just got so much damn wisdom that they collected because they've been living 100 years. That's their operation. It's not talking about different camps. You understand, right?
Come on, another one.
Salaki, Officer Kazak. Come on.
All right. Any questions on that? Yeah, go ahead.
So basically, everything you just broke down will be that scripture where it says there are different members of the body. I don't know if you said that earlier. You know that scripture that says there are different members of the body? That's basically everything you just broke down,
I think
right?
I quoted it, but we didn't read it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it says the body has many members. I don't know if I quoted that one, but that's a good precept for this as well. It's continuously talking about all of the people that's in the truth, though. Paul wasn't talking about people that wasn't following him or Peter or the brother. Remember, Paul checked in. Paul went and told the people, hey, Christ told me to do this, but I'm finna go to James and Peter and them boys and let them know we in the same team. We're not operating against each other. If they really were saying that they are part of the operation, they would come together under the head. When Christ died, he left Peter in charge. And guess what? Even though Paul had his run-in with Peter, he did check in with Peter and let him know that he was the authority. And they both, you get what I'm saying? They wasn't doing their own thing. Paul had his ministry, but his ministry was under the authority of the same person that put Peter in charge.
Another one.
We start going haywire. If that's the case, then the Catholic Church says that they follow Jesus too. The Muslim mosques say they follow Isa or Jesus too. Are they part of the same operations? Where does it stop? The Christian church say they follow Jesus too. They follow the Bible too. Are they a part of the operation? While they eat pork and sleep with little boys? That cannot be the truth. Everybody that say that there's Antichrist even now. I got 20 minutes. Let me run through this real quick because I've been trying to get to adultery for I don't know how long. I don't know if y'all heard, right? But everybody a lot of people on social media have been talking about this Cardi B Offset thing, right? And I ran across something on social media where people was having a conversation about, I guess they felt sorry for Offset based on him trying to get some money from Cardi, and everybody had an opinion on it. Let me tell y'all something. Right? You cannot put people in the world and judge them according to the Bible. The scripture says a carnal mind is enmity with God, and it's not subject to the laws of God, neither indeed can be. Does everybody know that scripture, or do we need to go to that?
God.
Another one comes, sir.
You know the scripture?
Another
We
one
need to go
comes.
to it. What was the con? I don't want to con.
I know it.
All right, let's go to it. Romans chapter 8. I think that's Romans chapter 8. Yeah, Romans chapter 8 and verse 7. Somebody give me that quickly.
Comic-Con, I got it. Romans chapter 8, verse 7. Because the carnal mind is enmity.
All right, go ahead.
Comic-Con.
Book of Romans chapter 8, verse 7. Book of Romans chapter 8, verse 7. Because the carnal mind is enemy against God.
Because the carnal mind is enmity against God, right? That means that, like he said, an enemy is the same root word. It's against the Most High. Your carnal mind that says, I want to have sex, I want to eat, I want to do this. It's all things that are carnal. I say this to people a lot of times. Everything that we do as human beings, it starts out in a carnal place. I want to kill this nigga. I want to sleep with this woman. I want to eat this. That's all carnal, right? How does it become spiritual? When you do it according to the way that the Lord says to do it. I'm only going to sleep with a woman that the Lord said I can be with, my wife. I'm going to keep her. I'm only going to eat those things that God said eat. So eating, having sex, and all of that is carnal. But doing it the way the Most High said do it, it makes it spiritual. Everybody with me?
Okay.
No? All right. Because the carnal mind is an enemy of God, it is not subject to the laws of God. Neither indeed can be. See, what people in the truth like to do is they like to place people in the world under the same subjection that you up under. Right? Let me be clear. A nigga in the world having sex with different hoes is not the same thing as a brother that's righteous having more than one wife. Y'all hear me?
Okay.
I don't want to
A
say.
nigga in the world having sex with whores is not the same thing as a righteous man having more than one wife. You cannot compare those two things. If you start going into the breakdowns of marriage, a man, if he entice a maid and lie with her, he must endow her to be his wife. He must keep her. He must deal with the things that come along with being with her. And just because she get on his nerve, just because she don't look the same, he's not allowed to leave her. A woman, right, who gets with a man, and the moment that he is not what she think he should be, or he don't look the same way, or he lose his job and is willing to leave, that is not his wife. They'll call that like a girlfriend or something like that. So let's get into adultery real quick. I'm gonna try my best. I think I got 15 minutes. All right. Let's go to Matthew chapter 19. Somebody go. Y'all follow me. I'm gonna read through it because I think I got a delay, and for the sake of time, I'm gonna read through it. So let's go to Matthew chapter 19 and verse 3. All right, so Matthew chapter 19 says, the Pharisees also came to him, verse 3. The Pharisees also came to him, tempting him and saying, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? And he answered and said to them, have you not read that he which made them at the beginning made male and female, and said, for this cause shall a man leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one, meaning like the two of them shall become one flesh. Wherefore they are no more two, but one flesh. What therefore God have joined together, let no man put asunder. They said unto him, and why did Moses command a bill of rights for divorcement and put her away? He said, Moses, because of the hardness of your heart, suffered you to put away your wives, but from the beginning it was not so. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery. And whosoever marrieth her, which is put away, does commit adultery. This is where we going. All right. Now, Christ is breaking down divorce to them. That's what this question was about. And he's saying, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication. Now, if you in the church, you understand fornication to be you having sex with a woman or a man that you are not legally married to. Legally. That's what they'll say. So you can be with a woman for 15 years, y'all stay together, y'all got kids. They would say you still fornicating because you're not legally married to her. Did y'all know that? That's how it works in the church. The
consent.
reality is that fornication, the biblical definition, is unlawful sex. So any unlawful sex would be fornication. That would be homosexuality. That would be interracial marriage, like this Deuteronomy chapter 7, where he said, don't marry the other nations, right? That would also be the one that we're talking about now, adultery. Anybody got a Zondervan Bible dictionary with them? I just so happen to have one right here. Zondervan Bible dictionary on adultery, right? I don't know if y'all ever saw it. So I'm going to bring this out. Y'all follow me if you got one, okay? Adultery, when the Bible, Zondervan Bible Dictionary says sexual intercourse, usually of a man married or unmarried with the wife of another. Read that again. This is the Zondervan. This is not Commanding General Yohana's book. This is not Kazak Tamar's book. This is not a One West. This is something that existed a long time ago. And this is the scholar's conclusion to what adultery is according to the Bible. Adultery. Zondervan Bible Dictionary. Sexual intercourse, usually of a man, married or unmarried. So a man that is not married can commit adultery with the wife of another. That is a key point. With the wife of another. So in the church, if you have a woman and you go and get another woman, they would say that you're committing adultery. According to the Bible, you are committing adultery if you have sex with the wife of another, a woman that belongs to another man. Everybody understand or not?
Come.
You don't believe me?
Consent.
Somebody give me Exodus chapter 20, verse 14. Matter of fact, it just says, thou shalt not commit adultery. That one don't go into it. So what is adultery? Is what I just read. Leviticus 20 and 10. Somebody give me that. Leviticus 20 and 10.
Salak, yeah, I got it.
Go ahead, read it quickly.
Con. It says, and the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress.
Y'all see how clear that is? It ain't saying a man who has a wife and goes and gets another wife. When it's talking about adultery, it says in Leviticus, and the man who commits adultery with another man's wife. This is very specific on what adultery is. Is you dealing with somebody else's wife, or a woman who has a husband sleeping with another man outside of her husband. This is the definition in the Bible as well. The man who commits adultery with another man's wife, he who commits adultery with his neighbor's wife. The adulterer, meaning the man who slept with some woman that belonged to another man, and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. Now, how do we know it's not talking about a man who has more than one woman? Give me Exodus chapter 21 and 10. Let me go there real quick. Exodus chapter 21 and 10. Exodus chapter 21 and 10 says, all right, verse 9. And if he be betrothed her unto his son, deal with her after the manner of daughters. If he takes him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall not diminish. So this is talking about a man who has a wife and he takes another wife and is telling him the right way to do it, and it's not diminish those things that he was doing for his friend, that he shall not diminish those things that he already owed the other one. So that means it's a right way for a man to have more than one wife. Deuteronomy chapter 21 and 15. So let's go there. Deuteronomy 21 and 15. Real quick. real quick, y'all. Try to get this done. Shabar, go ahead and pull up the
Announcements.
announcements.
Come
All right. 21 and 15 say, 21 and 15 say, if a man have two wives, one beloved and one hated, another hated, and they have both borne him children, both the beloved and the hated, and if the firstborn son be hers that was hated, then it shall be when he maketh the sons to inherit that which he have, that he may not make the son that of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated, which is indeed the firstborn. What this means is if a man have two wives, there's a law that says even if the one of the wives you hate. And I used to think, why in the world would a man have a wife that he hates? It's because what Christ was saying. In the law, you could divorce a woman just because she finds no favor with you. That's lawful to do. Moses did it because of the hardness of your heart, so that you don't kill each other. I can't stand this bitch, and if I go home that night, I'm going to kill her. She like, I can't stand this nigga, and if I go home tonight, I'm going to kill him. All right, to keep that from happening, the Lord allowed Moses to make an agreement that, you know what, we ain't finna work on this. We ain't finna do a good job. I am going to be a terrible husband to her. She is going to be a terrible wife to me. Let's just split up. Now, what Christ said is that's in the law, but in the spirit of brotherhood, why would you put a woman back on the market? Now, it wasn't like it is now. Now, when you find a woman, you have to find out if she has a man now. But what it used to be is when you find a woman, you have to find out if she ever had a man at all. That's the difference between Israelite culture and American culture. American culture, the daddy would give his daughter to a man, and you would be the first and only man she's ever been with. In American culture, she slept with the football team at 14. Y'all with me, or I'm just talking to myself?
Go,
Come
God.
on.
All right, so this is what I'm trying to say to y'all. You cannot put people in the world in a box that we live in, right? When I see a brother and a sister in the world and they say, this is my boyfriend, I know that that's his wife, but he don't know that's his wife. I know that's her husband, but she don't know that. So when you start putting things into perspective, you realize that the laws that govern us as people who have submitted ourselves unto the law are not the same laws that govern people in the world. So when you see a brother like Offset, you said Offset, who's sleeping with different women from an Atlanta nightclub, that's not him having multiple wives. Cardi B getting pregnant from what's the football player name? Getting pregnant from him is not a thing that's looked down upon to people in the world. It's only Stephon Diggs. It's only people in the truth that look at her like she didn't just move on to another relationship, because most women got multiple baby daddies and multiple men at the same time. So when y'all start looking at these things in the world and you're trying to push them towards what it is, you got to know what adultery is, what fornication is. You got to know that a carnal mind is not subject to the laws of God. These things that are happening in the world are not the same thing that's happening in your world. And if they are, it's because you have not fully committed yourself to following the law, statutes, and commandments and serving our King Yahushua. Separate is what we are. We have separated ourselves from them. All right, with that, I'm going to pass the class over to priest and officer Shabar. All right, I'm going to get up out of these people's library, all right?
All right. Mijum, which reads the stand. And give the teacher one courtesy salute.
I Majum.
Mijum, which means to stand. All right. I'm going to give the teacher one courtesy salute. Mijum Shabbat. Mijum. Barak. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shabbat. Yazamata, which means hands
Yahweh
down.
Hashem, Yahweh Shabarakatham.
Lock it. Kwazamata, Yazamata, which means hands down.
Yad
Yazamata,
Yamata. Yad means hand.
Yazamata,
Yad.
Yad,
Y-A-D. Yad Yamata. Means
Kalmakan,
hands down.
Kalmakan.
Go ahead.
Card, turn and face the sisters. Sisters, right hand over your left. Class, feet at a 45-degree angle. When I spank my chest, repeat after me. Ma'im Shabbat, Amidrim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alatan Bahashim Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Shem.
Yad is a matah, which means hands down. All right, class dismissed. Just gonna run over the announcements real quick. All
All
right.
right, y'all.
All right.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, Khan. Rule for new brother and sister. When a brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are to learn and shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, a teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the head. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can find that in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashura. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Gives to Jeremiah Allah or the teacher. Priest fund is a free will offering for priests. It's not mandatory, whatever amount you would like to give. The upcoming holy convocations. We have the Feast of Hanukkah coming up, December 14th, and that will span for 8 days. And I'd like to remind the Akim and Akwafim to check the bulletin board, which is, basically Facebook. 7 days a week, we have classes, not only on YouTube and Facebook, but on Bigo Live. Many debates going on. You could catch this through any day of the week. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headbands, and scarves. Passover is April 4th. That's going to be in Houston, Texas. Make sure you get your traveling, whether you're going to fly or drive, get your lodging set up. And, the Passover fee is $200 for all of the events during that week. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shemir Shabakatam. Yahweh Shemir Alatan Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shem, Barakatah.
All right, y'all.